Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome back to City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. It's a new CL night again, and it's the game against Leipzig. I mean, I know it could be like we have won all the four matches and stuff, but there's a clear danger that if we don't win this match, we could there's a clear chance that we could not finish top of the group, for example. I mean, I think our opponents will be fearing more than Pep Guardiola if we don't finish top of the group. So let's see how this goes. Let's come into the lineup just a bit before I just a few things to be honest, and then we can come here. To be fair, yes, we'll look at the lineup in a minute. Actually, let me just a few things. Yeah. So if we can look at the lineup, I think Rico Lewis is interesting. He's played Rico Lewis in all of the Champions League games, and I mean, it remains to be seen if in the round of 16 quarter final, will he continue playing Rico Lewis there? Then that is the big question. Will he give Rico Lewis the seal of approval? Then that is the big question, to be honest, about Rico Lewis. And another thing which I'm really interested to see is uh, about Phil Foden. Where is Phil Foden gonna start? Is Phil Foden gonna start out wide, or is Phil Foden gonna start on the wing? So that is something uh, which will be interesting as well. The match is almost about to kick off, and Stefan Ortega is starting, which is not a surprise because I think Pep will start him in the next game as well, the last game of the group, because we have qualified, and Ortega is also a top class goalkeeper, so there's no alarms about that. But I would like to see the positioning of Foden, and yes, this is interesting. Both Foden and Rico Lewis are starting in the midfield. I think this is how it should be for me. I know, but where will you play Julian Alvarez? I mean, there are questions there. There are definitely questions there, but one thing should not be questionable that Foden should be starting in midfield and not out wide. You're just wasting his ability out wide, I think. Out wide, it's a bit more easier to defend against Foden, I think, but in the middle, I know why Pep Guardiola is not starting Foden in the middle, for example, but for me, it's just imperative that Foden starts in the midfield. I think it will be interesting to see the balance of the side today, to be honest, because Rico Lewis and Foden. I was a bit surprised that if Kovacic was not available, that Pep didn't start Rico Lewis in that Chelsea game. I mean, I still tell people that either of John Stones or Rico Lewis start the Chelsea game and we win that Chelsea game. There's no doubt about it. Because both Rico Lewis and Kovacic, I think Rico Lewis actually offers you more control than Kovacic in a way. That is an absolutely fantastic ball by Rodri to Ruben Diaz and sorry from Ruben Diaz to Rodri, and I think we look more balanced this way. Grealish on the left, and I mean could be Duku on the left. I have no qualms about that. So Grealish on the left and Bernard on the right, and Foden in the middle. Maybe I think you can play both Foden and Alvarez in the middle, probably in the Premier League games. Could be an option that Pep could look at, to be honest. Manuel Akanji had been superb against Liverpool in a way. Erling Haaland dropping in to get on the ball. Josko Guardiol against his former club. Jack Grealish, good to see him back. Rodri, I think the performance against Liverpool was excellent. I do not think the the result would have been different. I mean, no, we did not take our chances. That's the only thing. It was not a personal problem. We played exceptionally well. There was no problem with the personnel or something like that. Just that Erling Haaland was a tad bit off form. That's a wonderful ball there. It's Phil Foden. Phil Foden with a very good scoop ball, and it's Bernardo Silva with a good try. Ah, I think it's Manuel Akanji with the hit, and the hit was very good by Manuel Akanji. For a moment, I thought the ball would just, drop into the net, but it didn't. Good try for Manuel Akanji. Rico Lewis does extremely well there. He's tenacious. The press from Rico Lewis is very good. That is excellent pressing there. Forward and Rico Lewis. Rodri retrieves the ball. Rodri placing Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish does very well there, maintaining possession. Manuel Akanji. Akanji back to Jack Grealish. Ah, Foden doesn't receive it. Foden, Grealish. City are maneuvering the ball extremely well here. This is excellent football from City. Manuel Akanji. It seems as if Akanji is just settled into that John Stones role. Like a fish to water. Like a blue shark chasing after blood. He's just excellent. Rodri there. Manuel Akanji. Friend of mine was actually just telling me, I was just having a conversation with him, and he was telling me about Rodri, and he was telling, won't Rodri be injured if we play him this much? And that's true. That's true. That was almost a good ball from Bernardo Silva, but there's a chance of Leipzig hitting us on the counter. And see that it was a good shot from Xavi Simons, but see that's the danger. That's how we conceded that goal against Liverpool, guys. That was a chance for Leipzig for Xavi Simons. He just didn't get the bend though. But we need to be careful of that quick transition. We need to, take our time on the passes. That is one thing which Pep would have stressed after the Liverpool game. Everything was perfect, but the transition wasn't perfect. The transition you concede to the opponent team wasn't perfect. That is where we lost the game against Liverpool. Phil Foden, center of the field, is done well. Is done well. His decision making, at least in this first 6 minutes or so, has been top notch. Rico Lewis, Bernardo Silva, Manuel Akanji. That's a foul on Manuel Akanji. And I think Rico Lewis there could have just provided Akanji with an angle, but Rico Lewis just stood still, static, and Akanji didn't have anywhere to go. But one thing about Rico Lewis is is constantly on the run. I don't think that is the case with Julian Alvarez. I know Alvarez is not a midfielder and stuff, but I think you need to be constantly on the run there when you're in that position. There's a chance for Phil Foden to play in Jack Grealish. I thought he'll play Jack Grealish in a bit earlier, but he didn't, and Grealish gives away possession. I think Grealish should have been a bit more dynamic. Doku did very well actually against Liverpool. I was having doubts that Doku would give the ball away often and it would result in a counter attack, but he was extremely good. He never gave the ball away, Doku. I think there was one instance where he misplaced a pass, but that's it. Doku was superb against Liverpool, to be honest. I suspect he's starting against Spurs, that's why he's resting today. Leipzig are patiently playing the ball out of the back. Uh, Phil Foden with the challenge, I think, and the referee on Haidara, and I think it's just a caution. It's not a card or something. That's a good attack by Leipzig, and that's wonderful defending by Manuel Akanji. That is extremely good defending by Manuel Akanji. What a player we have got for 25 million pounds. What a player. He's been world class, Manuel Akanji. Just look at his body positioning. Just look at the turn of pace. From Manuel Akanji, everything just superb. Everything just perfect from Akanji there. What a defender we have got. That's a foul, I think, on Manuel Akanji there. He's just growing into that John Stones role, game by game. Has the technical ability, has the intelligence. I think having that game intelligence is the difference why Calvin Phillips hasn't succeeded and Akanji has in that John Stones role or in that DM role. I think if something happens to Rodri, Akanji can play that DM role as well. He's so intelligent. I mean, I was a bit surprised that against Arsenal, Pep didn't start Akanji in the DM role. Could have actually been better than starting Kovacic there, which he eventually did. Let's actually look at a few other games that are going on, some interesting games going on. Young boys have already scored against Red Star Belgrade, but apart from that, there's been no goals. Barcelona Porto is something is which could be interesting in that group. If Porto win, I think Barcelona could have everything to play for the last minutes. And Dortmund is leading 1-0 against Milan, which is interesting. Interesting. Two penalties missed. One from Dortmund and one from Giro. One from AC Milan there. This is interesting actually. I think if Dortmund win, I think they confirm their place into the next round. They were seen as the most unlikely of teams to enter into the next round, to be honest, Dortmund. In that group of Milan, PSG, and Newcastle. But Leipzig are patiently playing around the back. This is excellent build up from Leipzig, but Josko Guardiola does well. Actually, think Josko Guardiola had done mistakes in his previous games. Against Chelsea was not that good, but I think we need to remember he's a young player, 21. He'll learn as it goes around. Not easy to learn in a Pep system. That is a great ball from Akanji. Rico Lewis does extremely well there. They were not on the same page, Bernardo and Rico, but Rico Lewis did very well there. That was wonderful from Rico Lewis, the way he turns and stuff. RB Leipzig on the attack again. Josko Guardiola retrieves the ball and Josko Guardiola is running forward. He's very good when running forward. Phil Foden with the ball. Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis has so much time on the ball even though there are 4-5 players surrounding him, which is very good to be honest. Phil Foden tried to play a cute 1-2. It's a long kick from the Leipzig goalkeeper and ah mistake from Manuel Akanji, mistake from Manuel Akanji and Benjamin Sesko. Is it Benjamin Sesko? I don't know. And Leipzig have scored. City are 1-0 down. City are 1-0 down. I think it's Openda who scores and City are 1-0 down. It's a mistake from Manuel Akanji. It's a clear mistake from Manuel Akanji. And City are 1-0 down. It's a clear mistake from Manuel Akanji. I think it was just a long ball over the top, a speculative long ball over the top, and it was clearly onside. Was just praising Manuel Akanji and as this. It's just a long ball over the top and Sport Freak is here. Sport Freak. Hey Anurag, how are you doing? It's a good finish. It's a good finish. It's a mistake from Akanji, but like I said, he'll learn. He'll learn. Just a bit casual. You know, when seeing Akanji, it reminds me of Kyle Walker in his early parts of the season with Pep. Kyle Walker used to have these moments of, loss of concentration and stuff, and right now he has none of those. So I think those things can be ironed out. So Ken just got all the talent, everything. It's just that he needs to focus a bit more. Rodri does well there. Josko Guardiol, Phil Foden, Phil Jack Grealish is free. Jack Grealish, that's a foul on Jack Grealish, and it's a free kick for City. This is at the Etihad, so I don't think Pep will be happy with anything other than a win. Not even a draw can please Pep, but sometimes you feel that it is necessary to make these mistakes early on in the season than in a knockout stage or something like that. To be honest, I think I would go with the right foot of Jack Grealish than anything else. Although we have been shit at set pieces this season, let's see how it goes. It will be the left foot of Bernardo Silva. Should have been 1-1. Should have been a goal. Should have been a goal. Ruben Diaz knows that. Should have been 1-1 City. That was such a lovely delivery in. Diaz should be scoring. It's a free header. Diaz should be scoring. There's no excuses for that. Ruben Diaz should be scoring that. There's absolutely no excuses for that. Ruben Diaz should be putting that into the back of the net. City's high press is on. City's high press is switched on. Both the teams are playing at a very high intensity, to be honest. It's a free kick for Leipzig. Young boys are leading. Dortmund is leading. How many penalties in the Dortmund game? One, two, three. Wow. It was a clear mistake from Manuel Akanji, to be honest. That's the only thing. Otherwise, it's been an even game. No big chances created by City. I know that chance from a set piece where Ruben Diaz should have scored. Josko Guardiol, Rico Lewis, Erling Haaland's through. Ah, Erling Haaland's through there. When was the last time you saw that Haaland was through and he couldn't? What a ball from Rico Lewis that was. He sent Erling Haaland through. Just look at what Haaland was clearly on side there. What's happening to Erling Haaland? What the hell is happening to Erling Haaland, guys? Haaland was through over there. Erling. Jack Grealish retrieves the ball, but City should have been clearly 2-1 up. We missed two big chances. If you check the XG, I think City's XG will be higher than Leipzig. But what matters is how many times have you put the ball in the back of the net, not how many times you could have, right? Come on, guys, let's continue. It's our fortress, let's defend it. Jack Grealish comes with the ball into the midfield. Grealish to Akanji. We have been a bit loose with the passes, but Rodri, Kyle Walker, Manuel Akanji. When Akanji did that mistake, you literally wanted Kyle Walker to be the one, not Ruben Diaz to just run beside him, accelerate and get to the ball. They're pressing Kyle Walker now. Manuel Akanji, Rodri, Akanji, Ortega, Rodri, Rico Lewis is free, Rico Lewis is free, Bernardo. Leipzig are pressing us high to be honest. But let's withstand the pressure, guys. Let's withstand the pressure. But what a chance for Erling Haaland that was, to be honest. Almost Grealish presented with the chance. Good pressing shape, good pressing structure from City. Come on, guys, we can do it. We can do it. Ruben Diaz, Jack Grealish, Ruben Diaz, Rodri. That was a stupid ball. Alfredo Francisco is here. Hey, Alfredo, how are you doing, mate? Are you a City fan? I just think that we need to now we have changed this pressing structure. City are now pressing in a 4-4-2 shape with Bernardo Silva joining Erling Haaland in the press. So this will be interesting. Really skips the ball and Etchiasko Guardiol. Good, nice to know. Nice to know you've been good, mate. And what do you think of City's performance or City's season as a whole if you support City? Where do you think we can improve and stuff? And what do you think of the title race in general? Rodri on the ball. Erling Haaland's made the run. Erling Haaland's made a very good run. His ball side. I think he should have played in Rodri there. He should have played back to Grealish there. Should have played it back to Grealish. Erling. The run was good. The ball was good. I think a lot of teams this season are coming onto City rather than sitting back. I know Wolves have had success sitting back, but in general. Alfredo says Real Madrid is better. Did you watch Manchester City versus Real Madrid at the Etihad last season? We battered you, mate. 4-0. You did not. That was complete annihilation. That was one of the most devastating demolitions of a team that UEFA Champions League has seen. What we did to Real Madrid last season at the Etihad. We had absolutely demolished you. You could not get near us. Bernardo Silva absolutely destroyed Camavinga. Kyle Walker still has Vinicius Junior in his pocket. So Real Madrid was better, not is better. City are not exactly struggling here. We've dealt with threat of Leipzig. Well, okay, we are a goal down. Sometimes you can be a goal down in a football match and still feel you're on top, and that's what City are at now. Rico Lewis has just been unfazed, receiving the ball in the middle around so many people. He's just been superb. Manuel Akanji, Ruben Diaz, Phil Foden, Josko Guardiol, Rodri, Bernardo Silva gets the ball. Alfredo, please switch on the highlights of the game and then laugh. Then you'll see who will laugh. Real Madrid were demolished and destroyed on that day. Why did Foden go for a ball which Grealish was playing 1-2 for? I don't know. I just don't know. Let's have an update about the other games, to be honest. And Atletico leading 1-0, Dortmund are leading 1-0, and that's it. There are no other goals in any of the games. Manuel Akanji, I think, can be a little bit more quicker to release the ball. Look at the possession stats, attempts. Okay, both of us have one attempt on target, but still, generally the possessions telling City are been ahead, but possession doesn't always tell you the entire story of the game, right? Phil Foden receiving in between the lines. Rico Lewis has been the best player on the pitch, to be honest. The way he's receiving in between the lines, it's just been fantastic. Akanji does very well there. Bernardo Silva, Manuel Akanji, Erling Haaland to Jack Grealish. Phil Foden's run ahead of him. And the referee is not given a foul on Grealish and Leipzig break. Leipzig break now. Rico Lewis on the ball. Rico Lewis is just looking one of the best players on the ball when he gets on the ball, to be honest. That was a head injury for Jack Grealish. I don't know why the referee didn't stop. That was a head injury. It's on the ref. I don't know why the referee didn't stop. But I think City just need to. I mean, Leipzig are pressing high. The through ball is the one, and Haaland was through, and Haaland should have. I don't. I think he should have taken the touch. To be honest, Grealish is down, and Pep has actually called the entire team. There are 6 members around Pep now, and he's telling them the tactics, the exact things that they need to do. This is interesting. This is interesting. I haven't seen in a long time Pep called so many members. There's Haaland, there's Rodri, there's Akanji, there's Bernardo Silva, there's Rico Lewis. I know it's the drench break, but still Pep is explaining tactics to 6 to 7 members over there, which is interesting, I would say. Jack Grealish is down. The concussion protocols will be followed. I just think I slightly think that Pepper's getting the Doku thing wrong, where Doku needs to play and where I mean which game Doku has to play and which game Grealish has to play. I think he's getting it wrong, to be honest. Doku is warming up. It's been that kind of a season for Grealish. Whenever he's played, he's looked good. He's looked aggressive. I think against Red Star Belgrade the last time, but it's been that kind of a season for Grealish. Stop, start kind of a season, to be honest. Rodri now with the ball. Phil Foden. Pep had given some clear instructions in that break which we got due to Jack Grealish. Leipzig break again. Leipzig break again. City get the throw in. Leipzig break again. We need to be careful. Teams are, sniffing the ball from City of the midfield and breaking on us. It's not new. The Liverpool side from 2007 to 2020 or 21, when we had all of those great title races, used to do the same thing. So it's not new. Phil Foden, Erling Haaland, the touch again lets Erling Haaland down. The touch again lets Erling Haaland down. This is the second time City have found Erling Haaland between the lines. The goal scoring numbers don't tell the entire story about Erling Haaland's season. It's not been prolific. It's not taken those chances, to be honest. Otherwise, we should have won against Liverpool, to be honest, if he would have taken all of his chances. It's 28 minutes gone. Ruben Diaz on, it's Rodri on the ball. I'm sorry, it's Ruben Diaz on the ball. Jack Grealish. Josko Guardiola, Rodri. Ball's gone to a City player after hitting the referee. Ah! That was a chance for Rico Lewis. It manipulated the ball extremely well. Just can't understand how Rico Lewis didn't hit the target there. That is excellent manipulation of the ball from Rico Lewis. That touch to take the ball away, excellent. Rico Lewis should be scoring that. City should be minimum level here. I think we should be 3-1 up. Haaland chance, Ruben Diaz chance. Another chance, but this was a half chance. I think so many chances. Bernardo Silva, nice touch, and I think Grealish had an open goal there to put the ball into. City have been the better team in terms of chances created, in terms of shots on target, in terms of possession, in terms of everything. Rodri, Mendy, Josko Guardiola. Akanji back to Ortega. Ortega. I think Ortega should play that ball to Rodri there. He's gone long and he's tried to play Phil Foden running through the middle. Erling Haaland, I think it was the wrong pass. Should have played in Rico Lewis. Foden again. Ball given away there. Leipzig are breaking on us now. Akanji, he was offside. Openda is offside this time. Openda is clearly offside. Yes, flag is raised. Countainia is here. Hey, Countainia, how are you doing? He says, poor from Rico Lewis. At least should have been on target exactly. Countainia, Rico Lewis did the hard bit, right? Rico Lewis manipulated the ball, took it away from the player, and he opened up the space. It was almost an open goal which he had to aim at because he literally did all the hard thing and he skied it. Jack Grealish in a tight space again. Phil Foden does well. Phil Foden does well. Again. Openda is breaking. Akanji with the ball. But Counting, did you see it from Haaland as well? Haaland was through on goal twice, but one chance he had a bad touch and the other chance Haaland's been poor. He's the top scorer in the Premier League, probably top 3 in the Champions League, but he's having a dreadful season in terms of finishing of those chances. Clearly, I think City have been the better team, but better team doesn't always win game of football. It's the most clinical team. It's the team that has good organization. That is the team that wins football matches. The team with very good spirit. So just being the better team doesn't make you win football matches. Bernardo Silva just held on to the ball too much. Openda is through. He's through. He's through on goal. And Leipzig are 2-0 up. My God, Leipzig are 2-0 up here. Leipzig are 2-0 up. What the hell is happening? Leipzig are 2-0 up. That too at the Etihad. Leipzig are 2-0 up. Whoa, what a result this could be. Leipzig 2-0 up. What's happening to City? And it's Kyle Walker now. I think it's Kyle Walker's mistake now. Sorry, it's Ruben Diaz's mistake. Kyle Walker was there. It's Ruben Diaz. The mistake is from Ruben Diaz. The finishing has been spot on from Openda. Leipzig are 2-0 up at the Etihad, at a stadium where we haven't lost for the last 5 years. 5, 6 years, I think. 2-0 down at the Etihad. When was the last time we were 2-0 down at the Etihad? Spurs, right? Spurs, January, I think January ending, 2-0 down against Spurs. Ah! Look at it. Erling Haaland has tied it now. What the hell? We should be 3, 4 goals up here. Look at Erling Haaland skying it now. I thought the net will blast open the way Haaland had come onto it. Coutinho says 2 mistakes from 2 centre backs and 2 goals. But look at the finishing there, Coutinho. They scored, that's fine, but we should have easily scored 2, 3 goals. What is that finishing from Haaland? Haaland has missed 2 high XG chances. He just can't miss. Haaland just cannot miss that. 2 high XG chances. Raheem Sterling would not have missed that. Leave Erling Haaland. Bloody hell. What is happening? We haven't lost here in the Champions League game since the last since 6 years. I think since 2018 we have not lost here in a Champions League game. It's a free kick to City. 2 mistakes from 2 centre backs and 2 goals. It's not that uh, some midfielder has given the ball away or the front three have given the ball away. It's just a simple ball over the top, and Diaz and Akanji were not able to defend that. Just mistakes from centre backs. I just don't know what is happening with the form of Ruben Diaz. Probably Ruben Diaz needs to be dropped. I don't know. Set pieces have been good, but we have not been able to make the most of it. Coutinho says Openda making the most of 2 chances he got and made it 2-0. Whereas City players are scoring sixers in cricketing terms, not even on target. I mean Erling Haaland through on goal. I mean people would bet their lives on Erling Haaland scoring when he goes through on goal. I don't know how Erling Haaland is missing sitters. Rico Lewis missed a sitter. It's not that Leipzig have been the better team. It's not that Leipzig have, dominated us off the park. It's just that they have been clinical. They have 2 shots on target and 2 goals. Whereas I think City have 4 shots on target and we have not scored any goal. I think that's the only difference. The concerning thing for me is not more than the result. The concerning thing for me here is our finishing and the form of Ruben Diaz. We need Ruben Diaz back in the best of form because he's a leader more than anything else. He organizes the defense at the back. He organizes us during set pieces. He's a lot more than just a centre back here. Erling Haaland does well, but Leipzig get the ball back. 37 minutes gone, and it's a shock result, sending shock waves around Europe. 2-0 down, City losing 2-0 down at home to Leipzig. Poor finishing, that's the only thing I would say. Poor finishing is the cause of this. But the last time, like I said, I remember against Spurs, we were 2-0 down, and that match ended 4-2 win. And after that win, Pep Guardiola came out and lashed out at City, telling we are little flower teams or something like that. And after that, City never lost a match and went on to win the treble. So, not telling something similar will happen here, but look at that. Look at that pass. Simple pass, not completed. Rodri's passed the ball out of play. When is the last time you saw that from Rodri? This is just not happening for City today. This is just not happening. The players look a bit ragged, to be honest. The energy levels are just not there. Especially, I've sensed it in the last 4 5 minutes, to be honest. Like Kandinya mentioned, we're not even having the shots on target. We're not testing the keeper. If the keeper makes world class saves, so be it. Test the keeper more than anything else. Again, stray pass into the midfield. What's happening to our passing? These are some of the best passes in world football. Again, opened. If we concede the third goal here, that's game over. That's game over if we concede the third goal here. That's a throw in for Leipzig. Leipzig are on the front foot here. Leipzig are on the front foot. Leipzig can now bring on Benjamin Sesko as well, I think, in the next half. He's damn fast as well. I don't even remember the last time in a Champions League match City were 2-0 down at the Etihad. Just don't even remember that. And in the Premier League, Aston Villa 2 seasons back, we were 2-0 down, went on to win it 3-2. A lot of things like that here. And who is down? Rodri is down. Ruben Diaz has not been in the best of form recently. Against Chelsea, it was his mistakes that led to at least 2 goals. Today, Ruben Diaz makes another mistake. Ruben Diaz's form has definitely dipped. 3 more minutes to go for half time. I think the referee will add 1 minute at the most during stoppage. City get the ball there, and Erling Haaland is through, and the Leipzig defenders clear it. Ruben Diaz, Rodri, Josko Guardiol, Rodri again, Josko Guardiol, Josko Guardiol. City are keeping the ball. This is a good phase of play for us. And a loose ball again, and Akanji. I don't know what will happen. Will he get a red for the tackle? Just don't know now. What is Akanji? What are Akanji and Diaz doing? I just don't know. I've just given up predicting. Loose passes there. I don't know what has happened to our passing today. Absolutely rubbish. Absolutely trash passing. City 2-0 down at home. Leipzig. It's a corner for Leipzig to end the half. Bloody hell. Leipzig are ending the half on a high as well. Opened out of nothing. He scored out of nothing. They literally didn't have to break us down. Nothing. Just a speculative ball over the top, and that's it. It's another corner for Leipzig. City have to, it's plus 4 minutes, so there's a bit of time to be played. Can we get at least one goal back? Can we get one goal back before the break? It's another corner for Leipzig. Bloody hell. I don't even know what's happening. City under the cosh here. We just can't concede the third. Concede the third and it's game over in the first half itself. Defensively, it's turning into a nightmare for us. It's another corner for Leipzig. What the hell is happening? That's a good header there. Ah, that's a very bad clearance again. But City get the ball back. I think we have 3 more minutes to play in this half. Can we score one goal before half time? One goal before half time, and we are back in it. One goal before half time. Can we do it? Ruben Diaz. It's been absolutely rubbish. Not just in this game, in the past 2 3 games. That's a great ball there from Josko Guardiol. Phil Foden. Ah, that was a chance, but half a chance. Haaland could not have done more. Manuel Akanji coming in there. Rodri, Lasco Guardiol, Rodri again. Will Rodri shoot from there? I hope not. Bernardo Silva. Erling Haaland's through. City are having chances. There's no doubt there. We're just not able to convert those chances. That's all. City are having chances. No, I do not think Ruben Diaz touched Xavi Simons, to be honest. Diaz didn't touch Xavi Simons over there. That should be the end of the first half. What a tackle that is from Manuel Akanji to end the first half. Referee should blow the whistle, and I think he's blown the whistle. It is one of the poorest first halves I've seen us play for the last 5 years in the Champions League. Not since I think Liverpool defeated us here in that 2017 season, 18 season. We haven't played such pathetic football in a Champions League match. This is, I mean, the display was not worse. The display was good, but in terms of our defending, I've not seen us defend so badly in any of the last seasons. I have to go back to us losing 5-1 against Leicester 3-4 seasons back to see us defending badly. That was even before Ruben Diaz came. So it's just two mistakes from two defenders and it's two goals. There's nothing Leipzig have created, and Haaland missing a chance. Haaland could have had a hat trick on any other day. He's missed so many chances. He's missed so many chances. Haaland's missed so many chances. But let's look around Europe. What are the scores? It's interesting. It's 1-1 Barcelona Porto. Porto scored first and then Barcelona equalize. So it's 1-1. Newcastle, this is very interesting. Oh, Milan Dortmund, it's 1-1. Sheku easy scores. This has been a strange game, Milan Dortmund. Three penalties and two missed, and one scored by Marco Reus. PSG Newcastle, this could be sending shockwaves to be honest. Around Europe, Newcastle are leading PSG 1-0. And the table there is actually very interesting. Dortmund are leading the table with 10 points. If Newcastle win this, there'll be 5 points. I think it could be interesting if Milan win. Actually, they could go on to 7 points, and yeah, it would be interesting. But Newcastle winning would just make that group a little bit more interesting. I think if Porto can defeat Barcelona today, that will be a shot in the arm for Shakhtar Donetsk. But let's see the stats of our game. Let's see the stats of City's game, which actually stunned by what's happening here. I'm literally stunned by what's happening here. JSK is here. JSK says abysmal game. United fans say City are finished. Mate, City, I think United are finished first with a leaking roof, no trophy for the last 10, 12 years, having shit management and everything. You are finished. Just worry about your club, mate. And no, Manchester is blue, and I don't have to say anything else. Manchester is blue and will always be blue. But JSK, I think, don't you think it's one of the worst games that we have seen in the UCL since that 2017 against Liverpool, I think, where we lost 3-1 or something. I think since that game, don't you think this is the worst performance? It's been 6 years since that game. We haven't lost a single game at the Etihad since 6 years, and I think this is the worst performance I'm seeing in 6 years. And also, this almost takes me back to that game of Spurs, like I was telling. in the first half as well. Against Spurs last season at home, 2-0 down. Pep calling us the Little Flowers team after that, and us not losing a single match after that and going on to win the treble. Just think that. I, I mean, in that Spurs game, we were pretty bad. The passing, everything's bad. But in this game, we have created chances. Haaland should have had a hat trick. I'll just tell you the stats. The stats are actually interesting. City have 62.9% possession when compared to 37.1% of Leipzig. 8 City, 8 shots. Leipzig, 3 shots. City have 2 shots on target, Leipzig have 2 shots on target, but City have 8 shots, and the shots on target doesn't tell you anything because Haaland skied a relatively easy chance, Rico Lewis skied a relatively easy chance, so they don't tell you uh, much to be honest. But look at it, big chances missed, 3. City, big chances missed, 3. Leipzig, big chances missed, 0. That actually tells you the entire story. City have missed 3 big chances, to be honest. So, what happens if the result stays like this for this group? Let's see. Yeah, Leipzig stay on level with us with points, but we have a superior goal difference to them. Yeah, we have a superior goal difference to them. So, yeah, we stay, and our last match is against Red Star Belgrade. So, I think if we win that, and yeah, think there's no problem in terms of going through and the group and the stuff which we're gonna face, but it's just the manner of our defense and the manner of our performance, to be honest. JSK says and defenders look drunk. Bongesil Mazazi says, I know that Man City will win. Thank you, mate. Thank you, Mazazi, for being optimistic. I don't know, JSK, what Jack Grealish did after the treble celebrations to Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz also looks drunk. Jack Grealish looks as if he's still not finished with the treble celebrations. Neither does Ruben Diaz. I mean, Chelsea Ruben Diaz was shit. I mean, he was abysmal. Against Liverpool, yeah, Liverpool we had a good defensive performance. But here again, Ruben Diaz was not good. So Ruben Diaz for me in that Wolves game as well, I think Ruben Diaz was not good. So there are games when Ruben Diaz has been here and there, but especially in the last 2 3 matches, except the Liverpool one, Ruben Diaz has been generally not on it. He's generally been a bit shit. And also, I'm just thinking, has Pep just played us too attacking today, leaving Openda, Ledat, and Kyle Walker bombing forward, Josko Guardiola bombing forward. What Leipzig needed to do was just a ball over the top, and Openda could run. Probably could Pep have maintained that defensive shape of Walker, Diaz, and Akanji? Probably with Akanji stepping into the midfield occasionally. Could he have maintained that? I don't know, because just leaving Diaz, Akanji versus Openda is just it's just a recipe for disaster. At least if it's Josko Guardiola and Ruben Diaz, I agree. But Manuel Akanji has a turn of pace, but I don't think he can match Openda. I think Guardiola can match Openda. Walker definitely can. JSK says, and also this skying the ball is very concerning. Alvarez did the same against Liverpool. Alvarez on the edge of the box, right, JSK? We should have won that bloody game against Liverpool. Erling Haaland misses a sitter. Alvarez misses a sitter. There are at least 2 chances. Ford and Allison gives Foden the ball, and Foden returns the gift back. As if Foden thinks it's a Christmas season going on. You give me a gift, I'll give you a gift. What the hell was Phil Foden doing over there against Liverpool? Against Liverpool, we had three big chances, and here already in the stats it's showing we're having three big chances. The Rico Lewis one, Erling Haaland through on goal, Ruben Diaz, the open free header, Ruben Diaz free header. There was no one even touching Ruben Diaz. Rico Lewis, Erling Haaland actually has had two big chances. One he comes on the ball and disguise, and the other one he's through on goal and he takes a bad touch. I was shocked when Rico Lewis skied it, but I was more shocked when Erling Haaland skied it. JSK says, and Jeremy Doku and Dake is needed in the second half. I worry for Rodri JSK above all of the things. Just no, I mean, no one's thinking about Rodri's minutes because of one Calvin Phillips stupid transfer. This is how we have to suffer now. I just hope in January we go for a Ruben Diaz or sorry we go for Ruben Neves or Douglas Lewis because both Douglas Lewis and Ruben Neves both are excellent free kick takers. Both are very good in sending set pieces and stuff and things. So I think we need to go on a go and bet at least one of them. But yeah, you're right. Natanake has to come on, but I think in the centre back position, Natanake has to come on. But do you remove Ruben Diaz? That's the question. JSK, would you remove Ruben Diaz in the second half just based on form? Would you bench Ruben Diaz actually against Tottenham, to be honest? Would you take that risk? I know it's Pep Guardiola and benching even Erling Haaland is nothing for him, but I think honestly on the balance of who is I mean at City generally what Pep says the one who is performing well who's in form who's doing well in training he's the one who starts and the other guy is on the bench the other guy has to so Pep tells the other guy has to show me that he has the appetite he has to perform well in training for me to consider him. Is that what's going on? If that's what is going on, then how is Ruben Diaz starting? How is Ruben Diaz starting? Guardiola had a shit game against Chelsea, dropped. Natanake had a shit game against Wolves, dropped for the next game. But Ruben Diaz has a shit game against Chelsea, starts the next game. Ruben Diaz has a shit game now. I bet he starts against Spurs. Nothing against Ruben Diaz. He's our captain, he's our leader, and he's essential for us in terms of defensive organization. But somewhere down the line, I think Ake Akanji I think Ruben Diaz has to get onto the bench for a few games, to be honest. JSK says Ruben Neves is in Saudi, not coming back. No, there are rumors he's coming back, JSK. He's in Saudi, but there are rumors that. See, it's not Fabrizio Romano, I think, but yeah, there was a source. It was a good source. I don't know who's the source, but they say that Calvin Phillips is actually going to Newcastle because of the Tonali ban, their injury crisis in the midfield and stuff. So he is going. Calvin Phillips is surely going out of City in January because Euros are there. Phillips will not want to sit on the bench. So Phillips is going, and several sources are telling that City have prepared a shortlist and City have Ruben Neves and Douglas Luiz on the shortlist. Two people. I would actually prefer Douglas Luiz to be honest. He's much more closer to Rodri than Ruben Neves is. But I wouldn't mind Ruben Neves because in Ruben Neves, I think we would be getting a player who could play box to box, and Douglas Luiz can also play box to box. Aston Villa, I think it's Kamara who's holding, Babakar Kamara, and I think it's Douglas Lewis who sometimes plays box to box. So I wouldn't mind either of them. I don't have a personal preference. JSK says get Zubimendi better. I think Douglas Lewis would be the no risk option, JSK, to be honest. Again, with Zubimendi, we don't know because Rodri from Atletico Madrid first season, Rodri struggled. If you remember JSK, I mean, I was thinking I mean, people were actually telling, is this the guy who will replace Fernandinho? Is this the guy? He just cannot. How will he replace Fernandinho? And here we have Rodri, the best DM in the world right now. So Zubimendi could be a risk. He could take time to settle in. That is the risk, not the quality of the players. Zubimendi is excellent in terms of quality, but I don't think we time is an aspect which we can't afford. And in that sense, I think both Ruben Neves and Douglas Luiz know what is it like to play in the Premier League. So, do City have any changes? JSK, you're right. You're right. JSK, Nathanake is coming out. I think is Nathanake coming out? Yes, Nathanake is coming out. Ruben Diaz is on the bench. Sorry, Ruben Diaz has been substituted. Nathanake is coming out. JSK says Douglas Lewis not leaving Villa. He's probably their next captain. Even his girl is the player of Aston Villa Women FC. All this rumor of him is bizarre. But again, JSK, if Pep Guardiola comes calling, if City come calling, and we are the ones who signed Douglas Lewis from Vasco da Gama first, and then no lack of work permit had to go to Girona, then Aston Villa. I think City come calling, Pep Guardiola asks you that I want you can because I mean no one thought Grealish would leave Aston Villa, right? So even Douglas Lewis, I mean realistically, can Aston Villa challenge with the titles? Can Aston Villa play in the Champions League year in and year out? I think Douglas Lewis, not just Douglas Lewis, any player would always like to, evolve and step up and want to go to that next level as the years pass by. And I think Douglas Lewis would also want the same. He wants to challenge himself at the highest level, I think. Just like Grealish, I think at the right price, we could get Douglas Lewis in. I think even giving 100 million for Douglas Lewis is fine with me because you don't get that ilk of players, to be honest, easily right now in the market. Nathan Ake almost there presenting the ball to Paveda. Ruben Diaz has been substituted. Manuel Akanji. It's today's mistakes have not been that Manuel Akanji stepped into the midfield. Leipzig have stolen the ball of him. If those mistakes happen, I'm ready to accept it because Akanji is learning a new role. It's a group which we have qualified. It's fine with me, but it's simple textbook mistakes. If you and me would are playing, we would also have not committed those mistakes. It's just simple textbook mistakes. And the striker was in front of Manuel Akanji and Ruben Diaz when they committed. They just dived in early. That's what really, gets me to lose my shit. But I think we need to score a goal in the first 10 minutes, to be honest. Good ball in, but Leipzig defended well. And Rodri there. Ake again. Very good defending by Ake. Jace kisses with him being with Alisha Lehmann together. I doubt he's leaving. That's a foul on Jack Grealish. But that's the only thing, JSK. I think every footballer wants to test himself and challenge himself at the highest level. And everyone knows how Pep Guardiola developed CDMs. He's made Rodri, who is at most a mid-level CD player at Atletico Madrid, into the best CDM in the world. I think Douglas Luiz would see all that. Just imagine Douglas Luiz thinking him going to the next level under Pep Guardiola. What would that be? And also, Douglas Luiz would be looking at Pep Guardiola and thinking, this is a manager who's trained Busquets, Xabi Alonso. This is a manager who had unlocked a new level in Xabi Alonso at a later part of Xabi Alonso's career. So, that's well cut out by Leipzig. That's a throw in for City. Ake is defending. Poveda well. Rodri, Manuel Akanji, Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, Rodri. Look at that Rodri miscontrolling the ball. We are just off it today. I just want us to score that one goal. Rico Lewis. Jack Grealish just couldn't get the ball under his control. There are five players who are crowding out Jack Grealish there. That's not a foul. This ref is just giving all the decisions in favor of RB Leipzig. Time, I think we'll have to keep time in mind as well. In the first 10 minutes, we need to score at least a goal if we need to have any chance of coming back in this match. Manuel Akanji, Natanake, Rodri. I was just thinking about this the other day, what would have been the thing if we signed Michael Olise, for example? Because Michael Olise provides you with a different dynamic in terms of those crosses, just like Mahrez from wide areas. I think we do not have that at the moment, which is making us a bit more predictable in terms of teams know that they can crowd us out inside the box and stuff. That's a free kick for Nathanake, and we need to get that. We need to get the next goal. JSK says Jack Grealish is so frustrating to watch. I just want Doku now, JSK, so that we can move the Leipzig defense. We can stretch the Leipzig defense. It's just becoming too passive now. This almost reminds me of the match, Community Shield match. I think last season, Liverpool and City, Mahrez and Grealish playing on either wings. It was so slow and boring. Just reminds me of that thing. Phil Foden, Rodri. It's a City throw in. It's a Leipzig player down. David Raum is down. JSK says just bring Doku and we will bang goals. Our finishing has been shit. We at least needed to be 3-2 up. Jeremy Doku is warming up. JSK, here we go. Jeremy Doku is warming up. Jeremy Doku, not sorry, warming up. Jeremy Doku is getting ready. He's getting stripped on. He's putting on his shirt. I think it's John Stones is putting on his shirt as well. I think so. Both Jeremy Doku and John Stones are coming. This is interesting. We could be ending this game with an entirely new defensive pairing with Ake and John Stones. If it's John Stones really coming on, Rodri, Nathan Ake, Manuel Akanji. That's a foul on City. That's a foul on Phil Foden. Jeremy Doku is stripped and ready to come on. Jeremy Doku's arrival is imminent in the 52nd minute. Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland. Touch let Haaland down. This is the 100th time that in this match Erling Haaland's touch has let him down. This is at the Etihad and City at 2-0 down at our home where we haven't been beaten in the last 6 years. Manuel Akanji, Rodri, Phil Foden. My God. That's a simple pass misplaced by Phil Foden. I just think now he needs to shift Bernardo into the midfield, to be honest. Nathan Ake, Rodri. The ball's just not falling for us. And the ball's gone out. I think there's the substitutions ready. Sorry, it's not John Stones, it's Julian Alvarez who's coming on. It's Julian Alvarez and Jeremy Doku who are coming on, and it's Jack Grealish who's going off. And I suspect it could be Erling Haaland who's going off. No, we need goals. Why will Pep remove Erling Haaland? I'm interested to see who is Julian Alvarez coming for. Oh wow, this is very interesting. Kyle Walker's going off. A very brave move from Pep. Julian Alvarez is coming on. Wow, Pep is going ultra attacking mode now. Erling Haaland is through. And Erling Haaland scores! Erling Haaland scores! Woo! Erling Haaland scores! What a finish that is! What a finish that is from Erling Haaland! What a finish that is! What a finish that is from Erling Haaland! Come on, Erling! Come on, Erling! Wow, was Erling Haaland offside? I hope not. Ah, this is tied. This could be tied, to be honest. I just think the player on the far side was playing Erling Haaland on, but the finish is just remarkable finish. The finish is just superb. Jeremy Doku is in. The pace of Jeremy Doku is just stretching Leipzig like a rubber band. City are just suffocating Leipzig here. But no mistakes at the back because there's no Walker now for the pace, to be honest. Jeremy Doku, and it's a corner for City. Now, with the presence of Jeremy Doku, there are at least two players, Leipzig players, who have to be attracted to Jeremy Doku. They just can't leave him like that. And Leipzig are not able to concentrate the middle of the pitch like when Grealish was here. Should have lifted that ball. But Rico Lewis, I think Rico Lewis is playing as the fullback now. Yes, Rico Lewis is playing back now. Jeremy Doku again. Everything's just coming to Jeremy Doku. That's a stupid ball from Rodri there. What was the need to play that when you were containing Leipzig so well? That's a corner for Leipzig. Rodri again, bad decision. I think it was marginally offside, to be honest. Poveda. But Erling Haaland's recovery is good. Ake's defending is good. We just cannot concede the next goal, to be honest. We cannot concede the next goal. That's well defended. And it's skied from a Leipzig player and skied by Xavi Simons. Leipzig are making another change. Probably Benjamin Sesko will come on now. I'll be surprised if he comes on alongside Poveda. But that ball from Rodri just removed all of the pressure. We were having Leipzig under the cost, to be honest. We'll just build up again. Rodri, Foden. Manuel Akanji. Alvarez loses the ball. I think we'll have to use the flank of Doku, to be honest. They're shit scared to get close to Doku. And City get the throw in. No, it's a Leipzig throw in. And it's a substitution for Leipzig as well. The goal scorer for Leipzig is going off. And I think it's Emil Forsberg who's also going off. Sorry, it's not Paveda, it's Opanda who's going off. I'm just pronouncing it wrong. And it's Benjamin Sesko who's coming on. Openda was the goal scorer. Sorry for that. I was just pronouncing Paveda. It's Openda. Benjamin Sesko is quick as well, to be honest. And Leipzig are already on the attack, but Akanji does well and Ortega comes across as well. Everyone thought this would be a dull match, but my god, what a match this is. That's a corner for City. That's a corner for City. Alvarez is quick. Alvarez is very quick. 61 minutes gone. We needed an early goal. So that just to settle it down. Rodri does well to win the ball. Ah! He's won the ball cleanly. This ref. But again, no decent delivery from corners. That had to be a good ball there. Ah, why did they? I don't know. Was it Rodri who gave the pass? Rodri's game has just been off today. Rico Lewis does extremely well there. Rico Lewis does fantastically well there. Ah, final ball. It was the finishing in the first half, and now it's the final ball right now, and game is just going end to end because Leipzig know they can sit back and hit us on the break. And Leipzig losing the ball now. Julian Alvarez getting the ball. It's Josko Guardiol on the ball. It's Jeremy Doku on the ball. Jeremy Doku, they're just scared of Jeremy Doku's pace, to be honest. I think we need to play on the side of Jeremy Doku, not on the other side, not on the other flank, to be honest. Nathan, it's a throw in for City. We're suffocating Leipzig well again. I just don't want us to break it like Rodri did last time by switching a stupid ball across. Natanake, Phil Foden, Natanake, Rodri, Natanake, Rodri, Manuel Akanji, Rodri, Julian Alvarez, Rodri, Nathan Ake, Phil Foden, Nathan Ake again. We're testing Leipzig's concentration levels here. Ah! The pass from Josko Guardiola. These are things we need to get it right. Just don't let Leipzig off the hook. Just don't give them time to breathe. Just suffocate them as much as possible. That is what we need to do. Jeremy Doku with the ball. Does well there. Manuel Akanji, City get the ball back again. Akanji. Rodri. Nathan Ake. Akanji. I'm getting scared seeing City pass the ball at the back due to things like that. Final ball. First half finishing, second half the final ball, to be honest. Alan did extremely well there. What was that from Julian Alvarez? Rico Lewis gets the ball back. They're just not pressing. We're just not pressing our foot on Leipzig's throat. We're allowing them to get away. Rodri does extremely well there. Foden has to play in Jeremy Doku. He's done very well playing the ball inside Jeremy Doku. Rodri. Would this match need a Rodri special shot from distance? But I don't know. But let us see. Nathan Ake. Akanji is down, and is it a foul on Akanji? It's a clear foul on Manuel Akanji. I don't know why the Leipzig players are complaining, to be honest. Ah, that was so close. Good header by Nathan Ake, to be honest. Ah, that was so close. Good delivery in by Julian Alvarez, and it was a good attempt, I would say, but it was not that close as I thought. I see it in the replay. See it on the replay, to be honest. What's the time now? The time is 67 minutes. 68 minutes gone, to be honest. Time is just ticking by. We need to find the second goal there. City of 10 attempts to Leipzig's 4. Leipzig have not had a single attempt on target, I think, in this half, if I'm not wrong. Stefan Ortega does very well, extremely well. What a ball that is from Stefan Ortega. That's a foul. That's a foul in favor of City. Haidara with the foul over there, and it's Manuela Kenji, Rodri, Josko Guardiola. Yeah! Phil Foden scores! What a finish! What a finish! That is from Phil Foden! Come on, Phil! Wow! Superb finish! Superb ball! What a ball that is from Josko Guardiola, I think. Superb ball that is from Josko Guardiola. What a ball that is! Superb ball! I think the ball was from Bernardo Silva. I didn't see who gave the ball, but the finish there was just excellent. It's Josko Guardiola. It's Josko Guardiola who had given the ball there to Phil Foden. What a ball that is from Josko Guardiola. That was one of his key traits when we bought him. His through ball giving ability is just fantastic. It's just out of this world. And that finish from Phil Foden is just superb. What a finish that is from Phil Foden. One of the best finishes this season for City. Not just in this game. What a finish that is. Come on, Phil. Come on, City. 2-2. We are back. We are back. We'll just see how the other games are going around Europe, to be honest. Barcelona are leading Porto 2-1. Newcastle are still leading PSG 1-0. Dortmund are leading Milan 3-1. Manuel Akanji, Manu, one-on-one defending. Well done by Stefan Ortega, to be honest. Javi Simmons is down. But good comeback from City. What a comeback from City from 2-0 down. Akanji did well. One of Akanji's ability that really impresses me is his ability to ease players off the ball, to be honest. And that's a good save from Ortega. Straightforward save, but good save from Stefan Ortega. Javi Simmons is down, and we need to defend a corner. We'll just have a bit of water and come. Treatment is still going on for Xavi Simmons, but Leipzig are preparing a replacement, I think. In fact, two substitutions for Leipzig now. Game's not yet over, but I'm incredibly proud of the spirit that we have showed after being 2-0 down, to be honest. Because Leipzig, fast pacey players like Openda, Benjamin Sesko, who has come on and you're 2-0 down against such a team. How do you defend against the counter? Pep made a decision to bring in Julian Alvarez, remove Kyle Walker. You're like, You're dealing against pace, but why are removing Kyle Walker and sent Rico Lewis back? He could have easily removed Rico Lewis and brought on Julian Alvarez, but that just shows you Pep's trust in Rico Lewis more than anything else. It's never good to see a player go off injured, and Xavi Simons, I think he has dislocated his shoulder. Maybe was superb, was a player. He was superb today. Xavi Simons was a player that Pep Guardiola was keen on. I think a year back, 2 years back, before he made his move to Leipzig. He was a highly rated player. He was from PSG. City had an eye on him. So just wish him a good recovery. Xavi Simons. I didn't see what happened in the corner, but Ortega had caught it, and Nathan Ake coming out with the ball. Bernardo Silva. That's a great ball. Jeremy Doku. That was wonderful from Jeremy Doku. Two players marking him, still he manages to get away from them. Leipziger. Both the teams are just. And Leipzig score again. But the offside flag is raised now. I don't know what will be the check on VAR, but don't know. It's tight. To be honest, it's tight. The offside flag was raised and it's tight, and I think must be offside. Ah, that is the margins we are dealing with right now. If you're a City fan, this game is still not over. This game is not at all over. Leipzig is not an easy team to beat, and whoever will face them in the round of 16 will be in for a rude awakening, to be honest. They're very difficult to face, RB Leipzig. They have people like Xavi Simons. I hope he has a speedy recovery, but Xavi Simons, Benjamin Opeda, Benjamin Sesko, ML Forsberg. Erling Haaland's just done his off the ball work has been superb today. Leipzig are almost playing like Liverpool, to be honest, in terms of you know get the ball, ping, 2, 3 quick passes, and then you're through. It's difficult to defend against that kind of a football. But Pep did extremely well against Liverpool at the weekend. But still, it's when the other team presses you so high, it's extremely difficult to defend against that kind of football. Jeremy Doku, clock's just ticking on. 78 minutes. Bernardo Silva. Guardiola does well there, but the foul goes in the favor of Leipzig, to be honest. Leipzig is still pressing so well. The positioning of Rico Lewis is actually very interesting. It's not your traditional fullback positioning, but he's almost playing as a second fielder alongside Rodri. He's pushed Akanji back and is playing Rico Lewis in the sort of John Stone, not the John Stones role, but beside Rodri as a box to box player. I think if Pep played Rico Lewis in that role against Chelsea, in the middle of the midfield, I think we would have won the game. Jeremy Doku. The finishing from Leipzig has been superb today. Even that offside goal, that finishing is spot on. That's why I'm just scared, that little bit scared that the game's not over. Rico Lewis, Jeremy Doku with the ball and with space to run into as well. That's a corner for City. Julian Alvarez with the corner, short corner. I don't think looking at Leipzig's threat on corners, can take long corners, but it was a shit set piece. Like always this season, we have just been shit at set pieces, to be honest. Rodri does well there to get to the ball first. Enrico Lewis. Rico Lewis again has been fantastic today. He's been outstanding. Jeremy Doku again, space to run into. Nathan Ake, Rico Lewis, Manuel Akanji, Rodri, Josko Guardiol, Jeremy Doku does well to keep hold of the ball. Jeremy Doku. Leipzig players are just so aggressive onto you. It's a throw in for City now. Nathan Ake, Rodri. Ah! It's good that the ball was intercepted. Otherwise, that was such a. Again, Rodri trying that ball. I don't know if it's specifically an instruction or something. That's such a shed ball from Rodri. I would take a draw at this point. A draw, and I think if it's a draw, we're confirmed as the table toppers. It's a draw. A draw is what we need to be confirmed as table toppers because Leipzig will be 10 and will be 13 points. almost confirmed we go through as toppers. That's excellent work done there by Phil Foden and company. Jeremy Doku slipped, but I think Jeremy Doku was just thinking to break. But Rodri again, the second time, he almost gave the ball away there. Natanake. That's an excellent ball, fantastic ball to Jeremy Doku. That's a corner for City. I think that's a corner for City, to be honest. I think it's a goal kick, to be honest, but no, it's a corner. Leipzig have to defend a corner now, and the time is 85th minute, so there's still a bit of time, quite a bit of time to go this game. Ah, that was a chance. That was a chance for Erling Haaland. Haaland would have easily had 4 goals today. What a chance that was for Erling Haaland, to be honest. Not much pressure on him. Had to score there. Haaland had to score there, to be honest. Julian Alvarez, Jeremy Doku, Julian Alvarez, Rodri, Rico Lewis. That's a great ball there. Jeremy Doku one on one. And he scored! Julian Alvarez scores! Come back complete! Come back at the Etihad complete! 2-0 down City and we come back to win the game 3-2. We come back, I would not say win the game, but we come back to lead 3-2 in the game. Wow! What a ball that is! What a fantastic piece of football that was from City! Wow! The passing there was superb from Rodri. Rodri to Julian Alvarez. Wow, superb. Rodri to Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis to Doku. Doku back to Alvarez. That was just superb. Doku is definitely on side. That ball inside from Doku is fantastic. Phil Foden there gets a bit fortunate with the deflection, but the ball in from Doku was superb. Foden there again. And it's Julian Alvarez with the goal, superb there. But I think the magic happened between Rodri and Rico Lewis. With Rico Lewis, finding Jeremy Doku, that pace of football, pace of exchange of passes between Doku and Rodri was just pace of exchange of passes between Rico Lewis and Rodri was just fantastic. It was just out of this world, to be honest. Jeremy Doku now getting onto the ball. Leipzig will commit bodies forward, leaving space for the likes of Doku to run into, to be honest. Rico Lewis, Bernardo Silva, Manuel Akanji, Nathan Ake, Phil Foden, Rodri. This is the one. Rodri give and go pass so that 2 Leipzig players are just taken out of the game. Jeremy Doku. Doku's maturity is just superb. He's exactly knowing when to pass, when to dribble, and when to pass, when to wait. The ball. Fantastic maturity there from Jeremy Doku. Stefan Ortega, they're taking a bit of a risk, but City's fluidic football is back. We are just cutting through Leipzig right now like a hot knife through butter. What a ball that is. Josko Guardiol. Jeremy Doku takes it. Phil Foden. One more goal and we can just finish off Leipzig here. They've been superb. Commending Leipzig as well. Leipzig have been superb in the game. But what a comeback from City. All of our opponents today were waiting. To City 2-0 down. City are finished. The downfall is coming. But the character in this team is just fantastic. The spirit, the character, the comradeship, superb there. This is what defines championship winning teams. This is what defines the best of the best. Let's check across Europe what are the scores. Phil Foden has to be the man of the match, to be honest. Newcastle still leading 3-1. I think young boys are winning there, so young boys might actually qualify for the Europa League. Rodri, 6 minutes of added time now. Rodri, Rico Lewis, Rodri again. City have a league to protect. It's not over. It's not over yet. Leipzig still can pounce. 6 minutes is a lot of time. Anything can happen in the space of 6 minutes. Rico Lewis. But City's sharpness, especially in the last 10 minutes. Mistake from Rodri, mistake from Rodri, mistake from Rodri, and Rodri does well, to be honest. Rodri does extremely well. Mistake Rodri's just had a bad game today, but if I have to choose Rodri to have a bad game, probably one of the game like this. Jeremy Doku one on one against a Leipzig player. Jeremy Doku one on one. He could have easily dribbled, but he's rolled back. I think already Jeremy Doku is showing signs of why he's already at 22. He's much more mature than someone like Raheem Sterling at 27, 28, because Raheem Sterling would just dribble in those situations, but Doku exactly knows when to dribble, when to not dribble. So Stefan Ortega, City are playing within themselves. We're playing within ourselves now. Stefan Ortega, Erling Haaland. I think Haaland was offside and Leipzig get the ball. And I also think there's substitution. Sergio Gomez is coming on. Heard that he's been injured, so good to see him back from injury. Don't know what is the kind of role that Pep Guardiola sees for Sergio Gomez. Probably a left back. I don't know. He is indeed replacing a left back in Josko Guardiola, who's been superb in this game. He's been very good in a game when defenders have let us down. Nakanji and Diaz. Josko Guardiola has been superb. That pass for Foden for the second goal is just very, very good. Good pressing from the front. Excellent pressing from the front by Julian Alvarez. This is pressing of an animal, of a beast. The way he's pressing, and now we have both Bernardo and Alvarez who are pressing. Leipzig are just not able to deal with their press. Nathan Ake back to Ortega. Don't want Ortega to take risks with the ball. It can be that kind of a day, and is not Edison as well, but he's damn good with the ball. He's better than Raya with the ball. I know Arsenal fans won't agree. I think he's the second best goalkeeper with the ball in the Premier League, to be honest. Natanake, Sergio Gomez, overlapping, and it's Jeremy Doku. It is throw in. It has come off the Leipzig player. That was not a good throw in. Gomez had almost presented it to the Leipzig forward player. That would have been bizarre in many circumstances. Ricolo is running with the ball. Don't know why Rico Lewis did not make that pass early on, but Bernardo Silva, Julian Alvarez, and that will be a corner for City. Leipzig players are just, they have given it their all and they're just stunned. How did City make a comeback from 2-0 down when we held all the cards, the counter attack and stuff? Rico Lewis has just been superb again this match. Phil Foden will get the man of the match, but Rico Lewis has been everywhere. Ah, Sergio Gomez, we know, can hit good long shots, but one more minute to go. One more minute for City to protect the lead. We can't lose the game from here, surely, but Pep would want to win it, not a draw. Protecting a one goal lead has been a problem for City in the recent past. Against Wolves 1-1, and Wolves came back to win 2-1 against Liverpool as well. We were leading 1-0 and Liverpool came back to draw 1-1. So protecting a one goal lead hasn't been that straightforward this season for City, to be honest. Chance for Leipzig to put a ball inside the box. And that will be a corner for Leipzig. The last corner kick of the game for Leipzig. The last corner kick of the game for Leipzig. Just defend one corner kick and it will be job done for the day, guys. I don't know what sort of a clearance that was. And the referee hasn't blown the whistle still. And the referee has blown the whistle now. And it's 3-2 for City. What a comeback that was from us. But Pep Guardiola applauding Leipzig. I'll have to applaud Leipzig for their high press. I mean, the goals were counter-attack goals, but for their high press was very good. They were, coming on to us man to man. They played football with courage, not like some teams like Arsenal, coming here to the Etihad and sitting back. Leipzig showed more character to me than Arsenal have against us this season. So so a wonderful comeback from City. Defensively, there are still issues. What do you think about someone like a Ruben Diaz? I still don't know. I mean, it's essential that Pep gets Ruben Diaz back to form with John Stones out. I mean, John Stones still recovering from injury, so it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks for Pep because the schedule just gets messier and the schedule just gets harder from here on as the December months roll on. So Pep will have to somehow get to Ruben Diaz back to form. Kyle Walker somehow just seems a little bit jaded. Rodri definitely seems jaded. You see that Rodri had given the ball away twice or thrice this season. So Rodri, it seems like Rodri needs rest. It seems like Walker needs rest. It seems like JSK says, "What a game!" and I don't want to see Grealish ever again. It was so easy, right, JSK? When Jack Grealish was there, Leipzig could just, since he would always come inside, Leipzig could just defend on the inside. And by that, when Doku came, he was just stretching them. They could not just defend on the. Otherwise, Doku could dribble the shit out of them inside the box, and anything could happen. So that stretched Leipzig. We won the match because of the Doku and Alvarez substitutions. Alvarez adding an extra body into the box and Jeremy Doku stretching the Leipzig defense. I don't think we would have got anything from the game if Jack Grealish continued. It's a strange thing actually because Jack Grealish, JSK, because Jack Grealish has been in good form this season, whatever he has played, against, I think, Leipzig the last time, Leipzig away, he was good. I think in whatever games he started, he was, it's not that he was bad or out of form, but I just think that the experiment of Jack Grealish at left wing should end. People tell me that Jack Grealish at left wing won you the treble and stuff. That's fine. That's fine. But teams do evolve. Coaches do, the coaches of opposition teams also do look at your achievements last season, how you have played last season, and devise plans against you. So teams evolve. You just can't be stuck with Grealish on the left wing. Now everyone knows when Grealish and Bernardo play together, City don't stretch the defense. Everyone knows that we do not have people who can put crosses into the box. Everyone knows that just play narrow. That's it. Against Arsenal, what happened? We just played narrow. Really started against Arsenal. I think it was Grealish, Foden, if I'm not wrong, or Grealish, Bernardo. Grealish, Foden on the wings. We played narrow. That's it. No chances created. Here we played narrow. No chances created. So teams have evolved. Jack Grealish at left wing is just not gonna be there for us. And I honestly think Jack Grealish's right position is not the left wing, to be honest. It's center of the pitch. He's so better at the center of the pitch in terms of taking the ball and running with it. JSK says, and Ruben Diaz should be benched for some time. Honestly, JSK, he has to be benched for some time. He's costing us points now against Chelsea. He cost us, today he cost us a goal. At, even last season we saw this, right? Ruben Diaz until November. I know it was the World Cup year, but Ruben Diaz was on the bench until the mid-season. I mean, even until the Spurs game, I think in January last week, Ruben Diaz was on the bench. People like Gary Neville were telling why he was on the bench, and this is the reason why Ruben Diaz was on the bench. He was shit almost even in last season's first half, and Pep got him into form and give a lot of credit to Ruben Diaz. That block against Jamal Musiala against Bayern Munich, first leg when it was nil-nil. If the goal went in, anything could have happened. Bayern leading 1-0 on the counter attack. He blocked it. Ruben Diaz was one of the pivotal figures in us winning the treble. I do agree with that, but I think if you're out of form, you need to be benched, and I think Ruben Diaz need to be benched. And I mean, I don't know. John Stones is recovering from injury. It's quite ironic that I think Guardiola can play at centre back and Nathan Ake should play at left back. I think so. That could be a combination with which Pep could try. But anyway, let's talk a bit about Rico Lewis. I know everyone will give the man of the match to Phil Foden, but for me, because Foden has a goal and an assist, but for me, the man of the match is Rico Lewis. Especially after the 80th minute, the way Rico Lewis, the reason we scored the third goal was because of Rico Lewis. That one touch passing Rico Lewis to Rodri to Rico Lewis back to Doku puts into Foden to Alvarez goal. Rico Lewis, the way he was, in the center of the midfield, the way Rico Lewis was, for the first 60, 65, 70 minutes, Rico Lewis was playing in an attacking mid role. But the moment he came alongside Rodri and he was playing as a sort of box to box player alongside Rodri, alongside as a double pivot, Rico Lewis was just exceptional. I was like, my mind was going into a dizzy. The speed of passing from Rico Lewis, I don't think even Kevin De Bruyne can do that. I'm sorry. Kevin De Bruyne as well cannot do that and is the best passer of football I've ever seen. Kevin De Bruyne. I don't think in the tight spaces Kevin De Bruyne can do that. Rico Lewis really reminds you of David Silva. David Silva playing on Nitro Boosters. That 1-2s in the tight spaces when three Leipzig players are pressing on you. It's just something else. This kid, Rico Lewis, for me, starts in the knockout games as well. It doesn't matter if you bench Julian Alvarez. I don't know, but he's just been superb, Rico Lewis. He is my man of the match, to be honest. JSK says, and against Liverpool, if Rico Lewis played instead of Akanji, we would have won. Even the Chelsea game, JSK, even the Chelsea game, we would have won. Even the Arsenal game, I think he would have. Arsenal game, I know Rico Lewis started, but the Chelsea game especially, Chelsea game we would have won if you're right. Apart from the Liverpool game, Chelsea game we didn't have control, and who would have given control? Rico Lewis, because Leipzig for me is in the top three teams in terms of high press, top four teams in terms of high press. Us, Liverpool, and Leipzig. Arsenal are not pressing anymore as much this season. So us, Liverpool, and Leipzig for me are three of the best high press teams in world football. They just suffocate you, Leipzig. It's not easy to play against Leipzig. A lot of teams will be up for a big surprise when they face Leipzig in the round of 16. They're such a tough opponent. They press you, they suffocate you. Seen today how they press you, get the ball, and it's ping, ping, ping. One touch football, and I know the goals have not come from such scenarios, but their one touch football is just out of this world. And Rico Lewis, for me, I think slowly but surely, as we are approaching December, we're almost in the last week of November now. As we are approaching December and so on, I think there is a clear picture of the team emerging. There's a clear picture of who are our best players emerging. Last season the picture was emerged in the last week of January, and it was Grealish on the left, Bernardo on the right, Haaland strike, of course, and that thing. But this season, I do feel like our best team is Edison, Ake on the left, of course, Walker on the right, John Stones, Josko Guardiol. I mean, again, I would not put Josko Guardiola in John Stones. Uh, I mean, who would you put at centre back? Who would you put at centre back if you're picking the best team now? For me, Ake on the left, Walker on the right. I think it's John Stones, Manuel Akanji, Rodri, Rico Lewis, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden on the right, Jeremy Doku on the left, and Haaland strike. I would not put Manuel Akanji in my team. I would not put Ruben Diaz in my team. And I would in fact start Rico Lewis even in the Premier League. My midfield would be at this point of the season. My midfield would be Rodri because De Bruyne is not there. It would be Rodri, Rico Lewis, and maybe a Bernardo Silva. Because Rico Lewis has just been good. I would actually bench Julian Alvarez. Alvarez doesn't give you anything creatively. Nothing on him. He's a striker, nothing on him, but he just doesn't give you anything. JSK says high press is also the reason why Bayern fumbles against Leipzig. Even Bayer Leverkusen does this high press, right? JSK by it was not, it was Leipzig away. Leipzig was not an easy fixture in this group. Leipzig was not an easy fixture last time. We were in fact very tense last time, right? Last season, round of 16, RB Leipzig away, we drew 1-1. It almost seemed like it was a very difficult match, and at home, we of course defeated them 6-1, but it was such a difficult fixture. That's why I think the run we have had last season has to come in at least the top two or top three difficult runs a team has ever had from the in the knockout stages in the Champions League. Leipzig, Bayern, Real Madrid, an Inter Milan team who were playing with that diamond formation very well. I mean, Rico Lewis has to start in the Premier League games for me. I don't know what else he has to do to start in the Premier League games. But again, for me, this is the thing, guys. This is the thing. What do you do with Julian Alvarez? How do you deal with Julian Alvarez? I mean, he is a very good boy. It's not about him creating disturbance in the dressing room and stuff. Julian Alvarez is very good, but where do you play Julian Alvarez? That is the question. We play Rodri, Julian Alvarez, and someone like a Bernardo Silva. I think Julian Alvarez doesn't give you again. He doesn't give you that sort of a creative this thing. I think Pep has got a decision to make here. Pep has definitely got a decision to make here. Whether you play Julian Alvarez as a striker up front or just dropping in behind Haaland in a 4-4-1-1, or you don't play Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez cannot play in traditional 4-3-3 like or a 4-2-3-1 like Pep is playing him now. Julian Alvarez. I mean, I might be wrong again. I know it's me who is sit here and who has told that Thomas Julian Alvarez is a Thomas Muller kind of a player. He finds space and stuff. Might be true, but it's just not working out for us right now. We are lacking creativity. Probably, I think if De Bruyne comes back into the midfield, he could play a midfield of Rodri, De Bruyne, Julian Alvarez. Then Julian Alvarez can search space, and De Bruyne will find both Alvarez and Haaland. But if you're playing Julian Alvarez with the whole onus on him to create, with the whole onus on Julian Alvarez to bring that creativity to the team. I'm sorry, Julian Alvarez is not a creative player. Julian Alvarez, in fact, is slowing games down. Today, what Julian Alvarez did is his strength in the box, occupying his positions. Haaland far post, Alvarez in the middle, or Alvarez near post. Defenders didn't know today. Mark Haaland, Mark Alvarez, and that's what. Today you saw the goal. Doku put the ball inside the box. Foden was occupying the near post. Alvarez was in the middle of the goal, and Haaland was occupying the far post. Defenders didn't know what to do. That is the strength of Julian Alvarez. JSK's best option, sell him to Barcelona or Real Madrid. I mean, again, there is that. He's a generational striker, JSK. He's a generational striker. My question is not with my rant is not, I've not even called a rant, but my thing is not with Julian Alvarez as a player. My thing is with Pep Guardiola. Where is Pep Guardiola playing Julian Alvarez as a player? He is not a cam. Grealish is not a left winger, and Julian Alvarez is not a cam. I mean, again, I would be interested to see placing Julian Alvarez alongside a Kevin De Bruyne. That dynamic could be entirely different. If you place Julian Alvarez alongside Kevin De Bruyne and tell Julian Alvarez, your duty is just to find space, your duty is to make those attacking runs, but from deep midfield, your duty is to occupy those near post, far post positions, your duty is just to find space, and Kevin will find you. That is a different scenario. So I'm just leaving it to the fact that when Kevin De Bruyne comes, we can reassess what Julian Alvarez does in that role. But I don't know where Pep is going with this Julian Alvarez thing. Anyway, a lot of questions to answer. I know we have won today, but Pep's presser will be very interesting. Pep's press conference. JSK says, I think he can replace Bernardo Silva as winger. Pep directly told, right, JSK, last season, you remember we were having problems in the wings. Grealish and Bernardo Silva were not informed in the first half of the season and stuff, and all of the fans, all of us were telling, play Julian Alvarez as a striker, as a winger, and Pep told in a press conference, I will not play Julian Alvarez out wide, I will only play him centrally. I mean, reports are coming from City that, I mean, people close to Pep are telling that Pep sees Julian Alvarez as a Thomas Muller kind of a player. Pep sees Julian Alvarez either as a striker, or someone like a Thomas Muller whose only job was to find space. Thomas Muller didn't have a position, right? It's the same thing with Julian Alvarez. I mean, again, I might be wrong. We were all wrong with Jack Grealish at the left wing last season. He won us the treble and he controlled matches well. So we could all be wrong with Julian Alvarez centrally. He could just improve and he could just be something else. But I would like to see Julian Alvarez being paid with a more creative player and see how it goes for him. So thanks a lot again, guys, uh, for uh, for joining me on the stream. Sport Freak is City on fire. It was a great comeback, but more questions to answer, more questions for Pep to answer here. Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining me, and it was wonderful chatting with all of you guys. And see you all, guys, and take care.